Hello Dreamlight Valiants, it's Sassy Shortcake here today, and today I'll be doing Scar's full side quest line. So that's level 1 all the way up to his level 10 quests. And this first quest is called Friends Aren't Food. Quite fitting really. So I will mostly skip through the dialogue because that does take up a huge part of these quests. So firstly off, we need to talk to Mother Gothel for this. So let's skip ahead, let's have a little chat with her. Here she is, she's always in my restaurant at the moment. Like for days and days on end, she's just been hanging out there. So here's the quest, we need to talk to Mother Gothel, and then she's going to, insult you a little bit and then basically say you need to gather these items. Now let's head out and look at the items we need. So we need fiber, fabric, citrine, and iron ingots. So the fiber, that's easy enough to do. You just need 2 pieces of seaweed for that. The fabric, you'll come here to the plateau and you'll plant some cotton. So it just sells at this cart, you plant it here, wait for it to harvest, and you can do that. It takes about 5 pieces, I think, to make 1 fabric, so we're going to need 20. We can also find the citrine in the Sunlit Plateau. You can find that in the Glade of Trust as well, if you're having trouble finding it here. I was quite lucky there. There's one on my wall already. So let's come to our crafting table and let's craft the items we need. So that was 10 fiber, so we need 2 seaweed for that. Next up, we need to make our fabric. So we actually need 20 cotton for this. I'm actually making 5 because I want one for another recipe, but we actually only need 20 cotton. We only need 4 fabric. Now we need to craft our iron ingots. Luckily, we only need 1 of these for this quest, thankfully, because I feel like we had to use a lot of iron ingots in this game. So now we've got all of our ingredients. I've already got the citrine in my bag. We bring them back to Mother Gothel. And she's a bit cheeky. Basically, she says, oh thanks, I needed all of those, except those citrine. That's my payment. This one, she's full of sass, isn't she? So I've handed over all of the ingredients. Let's skip through that dialogue. And she gives us this beautiful coat. Now, I was a bit hesitant to put it on, let's be real. But I had to head out and you go into your wardrobe mode and you put this on. That's the next part of the quest. We have to wear the faux fur trimmed jacket. And this is the only way Scar's going to talk to you, unless you look as fabulous as him. So let's skip ahead. I changed my outfit a little bit. And let's talk to Scar now. I think that's the next part. Yes, return to Scar. Luckily, I have him following me. It makes life so much easier when you get the main quest person to follow you. So I've spoken to Scar, he's given me a little attitude and said, I'm gonna eat your friends if you don't appease me. So now we need to head to Remy and let him know the bad news.
Excuse me, but
so Remy's idea is to cook Scar a ton of food. Remy's gonna do the dessert and we have to cook the mains. So we're being given 2 recipes. If you already know these recipes, you still need to read the books. So go into your inventory and just, for me, it's a right click. I'm on the computer, so right click to read that. And we need to make tekkemaki and sakimaki as well. So this is basically 2 different types of like sushi rolls. So if you're not sure where to get these ingredients, for the sakimaki you need salmon, seaweed and rice. So our salmon can be caught here in the Sunlit Plateau as well as the Frosted Heights. And don't head out just yet because you'll need some soya from here as well. So we can farm that here in the Sunlit Plateau. That's this weird green looking thing, and we need 2 of those because it's 1 per dish and we need to make 2 of the tekkemaki. So let's go ahead and plant a couple of those. I just need to buy 1 because I already had 1 in my bag. Now let's head down to the glade for our other ingredients. Here we can fish up tuna. This can also be found in the Forgotten Lands. So both the salmon and tuna can be fished using white bubbles. Now we have our fish components. We need to get some rice. And both of these recipes contain seaweed also. You just fish that up without any bubbles. Just fish straight into any body of water. So here we buy our rice in the Glade of Trust from Goofy's cart. You can buy the seeds or you can actually buy it directly off of the cart. I'm just going to go ahead and plant some down here. Now I've got all of my ingredients compiled together. We need to make 2 of each of these dishes. So let's scroll through and find our recipes. I believe these two recipes are both in the entree section, which is totally confusing to me because here in Australia, this would be called a main and an entree is an appetizer. So just throwing that one out there for you. Here we go. Now let's find our tekkemaki in this main section or entree section it's called. And here it is. I'm just auto-filling this. It's nice and easy to do it that way. You can drag them in individually, but this makes it a lot quicker. So I've still got Scar following me, which is great. Now we need to head up and see Remy. Here we hand over the dishes. And Scar's still just behind me watching and waiting. Hopefully Remy will pass and he won't become dinner. So we give these recipes to Remy. He says, oh, I've got this cool coconut cake. Now follow me. I'm going to go and give them to Scar. Thankfully, I don't need to follow him too far. Scar and Remy are going to have a little conversation. And I think Scar's going to decide that he's not going to eat Remy. He's quite a fine cook. Oh, apparently it's flavorless. Okay then. It's flavorless but acceptable. Now go away. So Remy is off the dinner table. Thank goodness. Now we just need to talk to Scar. You just saw the sped up version of that conversation, so don't be alarmed if yours is taking a bit longer. Mine's actually put on 3 times speed. So just to get through it basically. Because they do take a lot of time back and forth. And there we have it. We have completed quest number 1 for Scar. We're going to have a little chat to him again, and he's going to give us a new quest called Breaking Bones. And we need to talk to Scrooge, which is perfect because we are in the right place for that. So we have had a chat with Scrooge. Now go back to Scar. So this is so much quicker and just skipping through the dialogue than if you had to track down these people all over the map. So now we actually need to craft something for him. We need to make 5 iron ingots. That takes 25 ore and 5 coal. And then we also need to get dry wood and lion's claws. So I've just crafted the iron ingot straight away. I already have the dry wood, luckily for me. If you don't have any yet, it's found in the Sunlit Plateau, the Frosted Heights, and the Forgotten Lands. Now I'm searching for the lion claws. These can be found just behind this rock as you enter into this dry dusty area. One just before this bone kind of arch that leads up to the Forgotten area. If I could actually dig it. It's so hard to aim the shovel. There's one more here in front of Scar's cave. And these were actually kind of difficult to find because I have a few glow spots I haven't dug, and yeah, I had to look for quite a while. The other 2 are in the grassed area. So they are along the cliff side still. There's one in front of this ore, and there's another in front of it, the other kind of ore and like a little bush right to the end here, which is just before the waterfall mine. There, here it is, right there. I'm trying to describe it to you in words. It's probably easier for you to actually just see where I'm taking you, where I'm showing you. But it took me a while to find all of those, to be honest. Now we can go and craft what we need to craft. This is a shovel head, the lion's claw shovel head. So we go down here and we've got all the parts now. We craft that and then we apply it to our shovel. So let's head into our inventory. It'll be in here somewhere. Here it is. So I'm just going to right click this to use it. I'm not sure what button you press on the other consoles, but basically you just use this like an item. Now we need to go and remove some of the small bones littering around the Sunlit Plateau. So I'm going to walk back up there, and then we need to remove 5 of these. So these things right here. And I think our upgrade is only allowing us to remove the smaller ones. I will check and see if I can remove the larger ones, but I believe right now we can only open the smaller ones. And this is good because we actually get clay from out of these, which makes life a bit easier because it's hard digging for clay sometimes when you just spend ages and ages. Okay, so here's a large one. No. She says no. We are not allowed to dig those yet. So let's go and find one more. I've got one here in front of my garden. Now we've dug out our 5 wildebeest bones. We can continue the quest, and it says return to Scar. So we talk to him and he just gives you a bit of sass as he usually does. And that is the completion of this Breaking Bones quest. Now I'm going to talk to him again, and let's move on to his next quest. This is called the Circle of Life. So once again, we need to talk to Mother Gothel for him. She is still in my restaurant. And now basically we are going to need to get some purified night shards and some old bones. The old bones are here, found in the Vitalis mines. Mother Gothel did give us some directions. Take a left, which is this right now, the way I'm going. Walk for a little bit, and then take the first right, so that's over here, and then take one more left. So I'm heading into the last left, and here are the bones. They were actually kind of hard to see. Luckily they've got that little shimmer on them, so I could see them a little better. Now we need to make our purified night shards. For these we need a lot of night shards and some dream shards. So basically we need 10 of these. That's 50 night shards and 10 dream shards. So in the night shards, they're actually getting a little harder to find now, and the dream shards, they're a lot more common for me. So here we have them. We have all our ingredients now. We go back to Scar and see what he has to say. Okay, so we need to turn these into ashes, or gather ashes somehow, and then we plant the ashes and it will grow into a flower. So we need to go back to his cave, and we need to use the volcanic geyser, which is this little thing over here. So in go the bones, we just need to put those in here, and out will shoot the ashes. So now we need to go and plant these anywhere in the sunlit plateau. So I will just be planting them just outside of Scar's cave. I think just here in the middle, so I can still watch it grow. Luckily this one does not take the full 72 hours. So let's dig a hole, plant that in, and water it. I did run back a few times and water this while I was watching. I did some tasks around, some farming and some mining. But this didn't take too long. Definitely not 3 days, maybe 10 minutes. So here we go. It looks like this when it's ready to harvest. You go up and you pick it when it's ready. And then what we need to do is to go and craft. So we'll come into our potions and enchantments, and we can craft our roaring shovel head. So we're using our 10 purified shards and our flower of bones to craft this. Now let's go out of this, and now we need to apply this to our shovel. So again, like the earlier shovel upgrade, we need to just go into our inventory and use it. I always expect something more spectacular to happen when using these upgrades, but that's it. It's upgraded. So now we need to go up the top, back to the sunlit plateau, and open up one of the bridges. So you just need to break the 3 wildebeest large bones on one of the 2 bridges. I'm going to collect up this clay before I have to stop and pick up every single piece. Oh, I'm trying to talk to Scar. We need to talk to Scar now, but instead I'm just patting my pet repeatedly. Okay, hello Scar. This is the completion of this quest. So now we just need to get Scar to level 10, and then we can do his level 10 quest. So let's have a little chat. I've already got him to level 10, and we're going to unlock our Making of a Monarch quest. In this quest, you need to make 2 recipes, so go into your bag and make sure you learn those. For Snow White's gooseberry pie, we just need butter, wheat, and gooseberries. I already had one of these pies in my bag, so that was lucky for me. I had crafted it for a gift and then didn't end up using it. So now I just need to come in here and craft our teriyaki salmon. Earlier I showed you how to already source most of these ingredients. The only additional ingredients are ginger and sugarcane. Sugarcane can be farmed on Dazzle Beach, and the ginger's found in the Forgotten Lands. So now we've crafted those, we just need to meet Scar in his cave. Don't talk to him outside, meet him inside, and then we can talk to him inside and basically give our meals over to him. Here we go. And now we'll have a little bit of dialogue with him, and let's skip through that. He'll insult Merlin a little bit, he's not too keen on Merlin, and then we have to go and speak to Merlin. So basically Merlin comes and tells us that, Scar needs to learn to be kind to everybody, and what we need to do that is to make some Sunbird feeders. Now this was a little confusing for me because I went into my crafting inventory and I couldn't see these anywhere. It wasn't until I came to the crafting table and went to the furniture tab that they actually showed up. So here we need softwood, darkwood, cotton, bromeliads, red bromeliads that is, and pink house leeks. We need to make 2 of these, so that's 40 softwood, 10 darkwood, 20 cotton, 6 red bromeliads, and 6 pink house leeks. I was so confused because usually for a quest like this, they'll tell you to gather the ingredients, but this one was just like, just craft this item, which you don't know. But anyway, that's what you need to make it. So now we need to head back to the plateau and we need to place down our 2 Sunbird feeders in here. So just come into furniture mode, we can just click on Scar's face because that's the quest line, and they'll be in there, nice and easy for you to find. And I'm putting mine over here near this pond. Okay, now we just need to return to Scar once more. He's right behind me. He's super mad about having to pander to birds and all the rest. He thinks he's just above that. But now we need to feed the sunbirds. So we need to feed them flowers. It doesn't have to be their favorite flowers. I'm going to pick up some of their favorites that I know. We've got some orange house leeks here, and I'll go to my chest and get some others. Here is our emerald bird. I know he likes a green passion lily, so I've got one of those in my bag. And then I just need to run around and find another bird. As soon as I'm looking for them, they've all disappeared. It took me a while to find this little guy. And now, there he is. I've spotted another one. We've got a red sunbird over here, and they like red bromeliads. So I've got one of those in my bag already, and I can give that to our red sunbird. And this is how we feed them. So nothing to do with the bird feeders that we had to just craft. You actually just need to go and feed them flowers. And it can be any flowers. Doesn't have to be their favorite. Now we need to go back and talk to Scar once more. Okay, he's happy, it's done. Now he says, let's go to his cave and make sure that the curse is broken. So I'm going to speed up to his cave. Hello, Scar. We need to talk to him. And he's mad because he thinks it hasn't been lifted. But actually, yes, it has been lifted. The curse is broken. Because look at that thing just shoot out. Here it is. It's a piece of broken mirror. We need to come and pick this up. And then we need to talk to Scar again and give him his broken mirror. And this is the end of our level 10 quest. That was Making of a Monarch complete. Now I'm just going to head outside and check out my level 10 reward. So let's go into furniture mode. Be careful where you place this because I found I placed it and then it took me ages before it was actually movable. So it's basically a working stovetop. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to Boss Family Plays and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye!